interrupt this regularly scheduled programming to bring you this presentation of Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network.
Yeah, as tip-off goes for the Arabians. Mazingo on the other end, he drives, and it was a great bucket, and he gets two now. Count the basket and the foul. Evan Mazingo going up strong and finishing strong.
This is Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network on 91.7 WEEM.
WEEM. We welcome you here to the pregame show on the Arabian Sports Network. I'm Zion Palmieri here with
Coach Buck.
I apologize. My voice is a little hoarse. Hopefully not under the weather, but we'll see. But thank you for joining me here today. So Saturday, you will play Mississinewa. Now, Mississinewa, they are a very good team. 6-1 on the road. Is that something you think about, or what?
Well, really, I don't worry too much about whether they're on the road or whether we're playing at their place. I worry that, like you said, they're a good basketball team. They do some things offensively that will create problems for us on the defensive side. So another opponent that we will have to play extremely well if we want to come out victorious.
So something to mention here is a cool stat I found. Pendleton is 3-0 against the common opponents of Mississinewa. Mississinewa is 1-2, and by common opponent, I mean like the same team both of you guys have played. Is that also something that would matter to you in any way, or?
Well, I try to stay away from that as well. We've played some teams already that, they were defeated by teams that we beat. So a lot of people think, well, we will surely beat them because we beat so-and-so and they got beat by them, and sometimes decisively, but that doesn't always hold true. I've found over the years that isn't always the case. A lot of it depends on the matchup. If they're quick, if they have size and you don't, those are things that have an impact on the game. If we're bigger than our opponent and we don't take advantage of our size, that can be a factor, and that's something that we're running into at times. We feel like that we can hurt people with our inside game because of our size, and when we do that, we're effective, and when we don't, we're not. So, there are a lot of variables out there, so I really don't get caught up in common opponents or their win-loss record on the road or at home.
How do you avoid looking up those stats? Do you just not think about it entirely, or is it a process?
We base our game plans off of scouting. We see all of our teams in person, and then we watch multiple game films of each one of our opponents. And when I say we, Coach Baker, Coach Wells, Coach Aldridge, and myself spend countless hours watching film, and that's what we base it on. Now we're selective in the game films that we watch. We like to watch teams that play similar to us, have our similar strengths as well, play man-to-man defense, for an example. Those are the films that we watch, and we see how they attacked some of our common opponents, and that sometimes gives us a better scout as to how we're going to defend whomever it is we're playing.
Well, one last question here. So this game is on a Saturday. It's in the afternoon. How much different is that for your team mentally? Because if it was on a weekday, I'm not a basketball player. I get tired and stuff.
I think that's a factor. I think the more that you can keep your team in a routine that they're used to, mentally and physically, I think the better off you are. But we played Delta on an afternoon. We played extremely well in that game, and really, really proud of the team because of the way they bounced back. We were coming off of a tough defeat and playing in the middle of the afternoon, so we responded well there. Not only do we have to play tomorrow at 2:30, so does Mississinewa. So another variable. Depends on which team comes to play in a time that's out of their normal routine.
Well, I appreciate you joining me here today. Good luck in the game, and thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
I am Zion Palmieri here with Coach Buck of the Arabian basketball team, and this was the pregame interview on 91.7 WEEM.
Are you constantly bored and tired on your way to school or work? Then you should tune into the Arabian Roundup. With your hosts Kennedy Quinn and Bella Myers, your morning will never be dull. The Arabian Roundup is from 5 to 7 a.m. Tuesday through Friday. But wait, you can't forget about the Arabian Stampede. You can tune to the Arabian Stampede while waiting to get out of the parking lot after school, on your way to work, and so on. You can catch your hosts Gracie Wolf, Samuel Duffer, and Layla Reef every Tuesday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. Get something fun out of your day with our WEEM shows.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Hey, are you okay?
No,
What's wrong?
I can't listen to 91.7 WEEM because I'm not in my car.
Well, don't you fear. Our app is here.
Tired of not being able to listen to Pendleton's best radio station, 91.7 WEEM, anywhere and everywhere? Try out our app. With the 91.7 WEEM app, you get the best hits. Our station now goes where our listeners go. Find 91.7 WEEM in app stores today. Available for Apple and Android.
Thank you so much for telling me about the 91.7 WEEM app, found in Apple and Android app stores.
When it comes to road games, so that this is not necessarily going to be an easy win for the Arabians. They're going to have to come in here playing their best and turn things around, coming off of a loss against Muncie Central. But taking center court for the tip-off for the Arabians, it's, of course, Josiah Gustin. And then for Mississinewa, it is going to be the center big man, Kobe Johnson. Pretty even in height. Ball's up, and we are underway. Josiah Gustin wins the tip, and the Arabians are going to get it. Cooper Sims starting off things here at the logo. Fires over to Josiah Gustin, left wing. Gustin, baseline drive, backing down McCain. Cross-court pass to Cooper Sims, drains the triple. Cooper Sims drawing first blood with the three ball. Mississinewa now attacking left to right. Arabians leading 3-0, 30 seconds deep into this thing. McCain to the top of the key. Simpkins with it. Kicks it over to Kobe Johnson. Johnson wide open, three top of the key. Too strong, hits the back iron and falls out. Rebounded Josiah Gustin and the Arabians. Sims bounces it to Mazingo, right wing. Entry pass to Seth Arabia, working on the low block. Back outside to Mazingo in the corner. He stepped out of bounds. Turnover by the Arabians there. Evan Mazingo drove his foot. And he was driving inside and drove his foot a bit too far back, as it'll be a turnover there on the Arabians. Mississinewa will get it back, trailing 3-0 with 7 minutes to play in the first. Preston McCain outside to Gannon Smith. Smith hands off to Johnson. Kobe Johnson back to McCain. Pulls up, misses. Off of the front iron, rebounded. Mississinewa, they're going to reload here. Keontae Woods backs it out. Over to Simpkins at the logo. Back to Kobe Johnson. Johnson guarded by Josiah Gustin. Drives right side, is blocked. A nice defensive play from Josiah Gustin. Playing straight up, playing clean, and getting the block.
Great defense overall there by the Arabians in that entire possession.
Inbound here now, Mississinewa from the baseline. They get it to Jesse Simpkins in the corner. Simpkins guarded by Sims with it, top of the key. Over to Gannon Smith. Smith, crossover, jumper from the free throw line. A smooth move from Smith, and he drains the jumper. 3-2, Arabians lead with 6 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the first. Gustin, left wing, down low to Cookston. Cookston underneath the basket, loses it. And the Mississinewa Indians come away with it. Another turnover by the Arabians. That's 2 now, back-to-back possessions for Pendleton High. It's a backdoor cut, finds Gannon Smith. Pump fakes and gets it up and in. A nice move from Gannon Smith. He's up to 4.
Gannon Smith working against Seth Arabia and Evan Mazingo. Gets Seth Arabia off his feet and make that jump, make that layup.
4-2-3. Mississinewa leading for the first time this afternoon. Josiah Gustin gets it down low, back out. Evan Mazingo with an open left wing 3, in and out. No good. A nice box out there. A bit physical. Preston McCain boxing out Josiah Gustin, and Mississinewa comes away with it. On the other end, Kobe Johnson misses the acrobatic layup. Cooper Sims with the open 3 in the corner on the other end. This one's no good. Rebounded by Johnson. Mississinewa quickly the other way now. Johnson's going to want to slow things down. With it, right wing, guarded by LaRavia. Over to McCain. Thought about the 3 from the volleyball line. Doesn't take it. Instead backs it up. And Mississinewa will get a set going here. McCain driving, baseline, blocked. A lot of physical contact there. No foul called. Arabians get the stop. Aaron Cookston on the other end, hooking it up and in. A nice move from Aaron Cookston. Arabians take the lead right back now, 5-4 with 4 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the first. Preston McCain. Hand off to Johnson. Kobe Johnson swinging it around, now driving. Gets it up. Good defense by Seth LaRavia, but even better offense there from Kobe Johnson. And good offense beats good defense as Mississinewa going to get the lead now, 6-5. Sims circling around to Cookston. Right back to Sims at the logo. He's guarded by Gannon Smith. Gets the screen from Josiah Gustin. Finds Seth LaRavia top of the key. Driving to the corner. Cookston for 3. No good. Rebounded Mississinewa. 3 missed threes for the Arabians here in the first. They're 1 for 4. Kobe Johnson, left wing. Fires to McCain, top of the key. Now back outside to Simpkins. Simpkins for 3. Drains it. A spot-up triple from Simpkins over Cooper Sims. Now 9-5. Mississinewa leading 3 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the first. Sims gets the screen from Josiah Gustin. Finds Josiah Gustin on the pick and fade. He's driving, puts up a wild shot. Can't find the bottom of the basket. Rebounded Mississinewa. McCain on the other end. Over to Simpkins. Simpkins to Johnson. Johnson. Basket's waved off a travel. Looks like he pump faked there. Maybe he left his feet. I couldn't tell. A lot of players were there on the ball. So it's going to be a turnover there on Mississinewa. Arabians will get it right back, trailing by 4 points. Now 5 minutes deep into this first quarter. Sims, left wing. Passes through 2 screens. Gets it over to Seth LaRavia. Now down low. Josiah Gustin, fade away. Just shy of the free throw line. This one is off the back iron and no good. Mississinewa rebounds and back on offense. Simpkins, right wing. Hands off to McCain. McCain. Now over to Gannon Smith. Back to McCain for 3. Left it short. Tipped. Rebounded. McCain gets his own miss. A block. That was Keontae Woods with his first shot of the night. Misses, but a foul to follow suit. This is going to be Seth LaRavia with his first and the Arabians' first. So Keontae Johnson going to the line for 2 shots.
Keontae Johnson on the year. 68% from the charity stripe.
2 players coming in for the Arabians now. It's going to be Isaac Wilson and Reese Kaplinger. They're subbing out, Evan Mazingo and Seth LaRavia. Yes. Keontae Johnson makes them both. Keontae Woods makes them both. Sims, left wing, gets it poked. Recovers. Cookson down low to Josiah Gustin. Back out. Reese Kaplinger, an open 3. Top of the key. Off the mark. Misfires. Pulled in by Jesse Simpkins and the Indians. Simpkins to McCain. McCain with it at the logo. Over to Woods. Hands off to McCain. McCain, left wing to Simpkins. He pulls a deep 2. Nails it. Simpkins up to 5 now, and the Arabians kind of stunned here early. Mississinewa taking a 13-5 lead with the minute and 37 seconds to play in the first. Gustin to Isaac Wilson. Shot fakes, drives, baseline, has it stolen away from him. Tried to kick it out to Reese Kaplinger, but another turnover by the Arabians instead. On the other end, McCain shot faking fader from the low box, and he hits it. And we got a much-needed timeout here from the Arabians. Mississinewa coming out, punching the Arabians in the mouth. 15-5. Indians leading with a minute and 17 to play in the first. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
This presentation of the Arabian Sports Network is underwritten by Citizen.
91.7 WEEM delivers the best variety of songs, news, and is student-run. We produce imaging pieces, live broadcasts, content, podcasts, and more. Our students work hard every day to improve our station. You can support our station by following us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Be sure to also tune into the radio, 91.7 WEEN, on air, online, and on demand.
Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to the Arabian Sports Network. 15-5 our score. Mississinewa leading over the Arabians with a minute left to play in the first. Dontrez Braxton checking in for Pendleton Heights over the last time out by Coach Buck, his first. Arabians on offense. Josiah Gustin to the right wing. Right back to Gustin. Driving baseline. Shot blown off. And a foul on the floor. Is that on Keontae Woods?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Keontae Woods called with the foul. That'll be his first, and the first for Mississinewa here with a minute left to play in the first. It's on the floor. Arabians inbounding baseline. Gets it into Reese Kaplinger, back outside to Aaron Cookston at the logo. Cookston to the free throw line. Josiah with it. Josiah, spot up jumper, rattles around and falls. Gustin finds the bottom of the net for the first time tonight. Arabians cutting down Mississinewa's lead 15-7 now with 30 seconds to play in the first. Indians could get the last second shot if they want to here. McCain guarded by Cookston. He's backing it out. 20 now to Johnson. Left backcourt. He's guarded by Josiah Gustin. 7 seconds to play. Johnson driving, dumps it off. Jackson Ott misses it. Rebounded Arabians, and that'll do it for our first quarter. Mississinewa coming out on top when it comes to scoring there. Our score after 15-7, Mississinewa leading. We're going to take a quick break. Second quarter up next on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEN.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
We would love to hear from all of our listeners, so go to our Instagram today to answer our daily poll. Keep updated with our latest posts and trends here on 91.7 WEEN.
Back to Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to the Arabian Sports Network. 15-7 our score. Mississinewa leading over the Pendleton Heights Arabians for this afternoon's boys basketball matchup. We're already underway here in the first. Mississinewa with it. Josiah Gustin got a block shot there, but Mississinewa recovered. McCain going to drive here on the main lane and get the floater to fall. McCain up to 4 as Mississinewa will climb back to their 10-point lead. Arabians back on offense, going right to left. Josiah Gustin down low to LaRavia. LaRavia finishes at the rack for 2.
Great pass there by Josiah Gustin to Seth LaRavia over 3 Mississinewa players.
Over to Gene Johnson. He checked in for Mississinewa after the first quarter. Back outside to McCain. McCain pulling the deep triple. No good. Rebounded Cooper Sims. Arabians on the other end. Mazingo near corner. Back to Sims. Looking. Sims. Guarded by Kobe Johnson. Spins out of it. Driving to Seth LaRavia. LaRavia finds it off of the glass. LaRavia with back-to-back baskets. Now a 6-point lead for Mississinewa.
Great move there by Seth LaRavia to get around his opponent, get to that easy layup.
Preston McCain, top of the key. Over to Jesse Simpkins. Now to Kobe Johnson. Finds McCain off of the off-ball screen. McCain, right wing, guarded by Cookson. Johnson, top of the key, triple. Drains it. Gene Johnson finding the bottom of the net there for 3. 20-11 now. Mississinewa leading 2 minutes deep into the second quarter. Cooper Sims, left wing, hands off to Cookson, fires over to Josiah Gustin, top of the key, and a foul called. Coach Brooks, though, not too mad with the foul as he's cheering on there. Jackson Ott likes the physicality, but that'll be his first, and the first for Mississinewa this quarter. This will be on the floor. Aaron Cookson inbounding just right of Mississinewa's bench. Cooper Sims gets it off of the inbound. Sims to Josiah Gustin, top of the key. Gustin, crossover, driving, spinning, fader. Basket no good, but the foul. Jackson Ott, back-to-back fouls. The first on the floor, this one shooting. So Josiah Gustin will go to the line for 2 shots, and that'll be Jackson Ott's second and Mississinewa's second.
Josiah on the year from the charity stripe, 76%.
Gustin up to 2 points this evening, but 4 blocks so far. Having a great night on the defensive end. Great afternoon, excuse me. Gustin makes his first. We got Keontae Woods checking back in for Mississinewa, taking out Jackson Ott. Second one for Josiah Gustin is up and no good, but an offensive rebound. Arabians reload. Josiah takes a quick shot. That is off the mark. Too strong there. Rebounded Gannon Smith. So the Arabians get 1 point off of that possession there. And Mississinewa will get it back. McCain, near wing to Johnson, top of the key. Kobe Johnson, guarded by Seth LaRavia, driving right side. Looking. Finds Woods. Back to Kobe Johnson now to McCain. McCain is sent back. Rejected there from Josiah Gustin as you hear the PA. Block number 5 for the big man.
3 minutes into the second quarter also.
It'll go out of bounds. Last touch by Josiah Gustin and the Arabians. Mississinewa will keep it. McCain gets it off of the inbound. McCain, let's get a play set up here. Guarded by Seth LaRavia. Over to Gannon Smith. Smith driving right side. This one is no good. Rebounded Arabians. Cooper Sims quickly the other way. A lot of contact, no good, but Josiah Gustin crashes the board. Gets the offensive rebound, puts it back up and in. Gustin's up to 5 off of the putback basket. 20-14. Mississinewa leading by 6 points with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to play. Kobe Johnson gets it off of the baseline cut. Back outside to Gannon Smith, far corner. Smith stuck on the baseline, kicks it out. Keontae Woods is going to want to restart. Over to Kobe Johnson. Johnson, crossover. Hands off to Jean Johnson. Jean lost his footing, no travel called, and Mississinewa is going to reset once again. McCain, left wing, over to Kobe Johnson, top of the key, 3. Finds the bottom of the net. Kobe Johnson from downtown, and a timeout from Mississinewa to follow suit. 23-14, Indians leading over the Arabians with 4 minutes to play in the first half. We're going to take a quick break with them. You're listening to the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEE.
At first, just leaving the house was hard.
But Wounded Warrior Project helps you realize it's possible to get out there.
To feel a sense of camaraderie again.
To find the tools to live life better.
Through generous community support, we've connected warriors and their families with no-cost physical and mental health services, legislative advocacy, career assistance, and life skill training for 20 years. And we're just getting started.
(23-14) our score. Pendleton Heights trailing the Mississinewa Indians for this afternoon's boys basketball matchup. Arabians with the ball coming out of the Mississinewa timeout. Aaron Cookson hands off to Cooper Sims. Sims to Evan Mazingo. Gets the double strain over to LaRavia on the pick and fade. LaRavia step back triple on the way. Drains it. Seth LaRavia with a big 3 ball there. He's up to 7, and the Arabians respond. Mississinewa hit the 3 just before the timeout. The Arabians fire right back with a 3 of their own. On the other end, McCain dumps it off to Woods down low. Woods working on LaRavia. Great defense there from Seth LaRavia, the senior. And the Arabians are going to get it off of the bad miss. Seth LaRavia on the other end is fouled. It's going to be Keontae Woods with the whistle. This will be on the floor. So the Arabians will now inbound baseline left.
Number 40, Keontae Woods, his second team foul. Keontae Woods is trying to move Seth LaRavia on that possession, just couldn't move him at all.
Yeah. That'll be the first for Woods and the third for Mississinewa this quarter. Arabians with no fouls this quarter. Sims, baseline inbound, looking, dumps it off to Aaron Cookson underneath the basket. He's tripped, and the foul coming in. Before the whistle was even blown, Aaron Cookson was kind of throwing up his hands like, come on, I got tripped, but it came in a bit late there, so yet another foul on the floor here. This one will be against McCain, his first. Evan Mazingo will now inbound baseline, and a warning here on Mississinewa. Coach Brooks talking to the refs, and he gets the warning. So 4 team fouls for for Mississinewa, as well as the warning, as Evan Mazingo drains the corner 3. He was the inbound man. He gave it to Josiah Gustin, and Gustin gave it right back. Cleared some space for him, and then Mazingo finished the job with the triple. Now just a 3-point lead for Mississinewa. Back-to-back 3s there for the Arabians. Kobe Johnson finds Gannon Smith on the nice cut. A nice play drawn up there by Mississinewa led to a wide open Gannon Smith on the left side of the basket. He finished at the rack for a pair of points.
Gannon Smith now up to 6 points for the night.
25-20, Mississinewa leading with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the second. Evan Mazingo, right wing, to Seth LaRavia, top of the key, down low to Josiah Gustin, back outside, Mazingo for 3, bang! Evan Mazingo just shy of the volleyball line, sinking the deep 3. Back-to-back triples from the Arabians, 2 of them coming from Evan Mazingo. Arabians getting it going on the offensive end, now just a 2-point ball game. Mississinewa back on offense, going left to right. Josiah Gustin gets tripped. Kobe Johnson with the wide open 3 misses, but an offensive board here from Dilks, and Dilks is going to get fouled on his way up after the offensive board. He misses, but he'll go to the line for 2 shots. So Deacon Dilks, the senior who checked in on the pass dead ball, will go to the line for a pair of free throws.
Deacon Dilts on the year, 55% from the free throw line.
First one up and good. So 26-23 our score. Mississinewa leading with 1 free throw remaining here from Dilts. Dontrez Braxton checking in for Cooper Sims. And Isaac Wilson checking in for Evan Mazingo. So both guards going to get switched out for the Arabians. Dilts makes them both. By the way, that foul there was on Aaron Cookson for the Arabians, his first, and the first of the quarter for Pendleton Heights. Isaac Wilson, right wing, over to LaRavia, guarded by Gannon Smith, top of the key. Smith over to Cookson, left wing, finds Josiah Gustin, top of the key, driving, back out to a wide open Dontrez Braxton. Braxton, the 3 ball is in and out from the right wing, but an offensive board from Josiah Gustin. He misses the putback shot. And the Mississinewa Indians recover. 27-23. Indians back on offense with the lead. McCain at the logo, guarded by Cookston. Left wing, Kobe Johnson. Back to the top of the key. Down to Kobe Johnson. Johnson getting things set up here for the Indians. A minute to play in the second. Mississinewa leading 27-23. Kobe Johnson just kind of sitting with it here in the backcourt, guarded by Josiah Gustin. He takes action, drives, right wing. Josiah Gustin denies him. Crossover, step back. Great defense here from Josiah. 30 seconds now. Johnson still just kind of one-on-one with Josiah Gustin here on the right wing. I think at this point, you might want to take a last-second shot. He started with this possession without a minute to play, and I thought, you know, they were going to kind of hurry with it, but instead, looks like they're going to take last second here. Kobe Johnson driving is blocked. Aaron Cookson recovers. Arabians on the other end, 5 seconds to Dontrez Braxton. Thought about the 3, instead drives, gets up the layup, finds it. Dontrez Braxton ending the first quarter with a layup. Arabians coming back after a rough first quarter. The score at the halftime break, Mississinewa leading with 27, Pendleton Heights with 25. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, Lucas Williams was able to sit down with our social media director here at 91.7 WEEM, Layla Reef, for our halftime interview. That'll be up next after the break on the Arabian Sports Network halftime show, 91.7 WEEM.
Hey, how are you doing today? Thanks for doing this interview today. We're going to go into the production room. Go ahead and sit down. This won't take long, just a few questions. Ready? Welcome to Wing Weekly. I'm your host, Emily Pulley, and today we have the mascot with us. So starting off today, what animal are you? You're not really answering my questions, but let's keep going. Do you enjoy being the mascot? Are you even going to be able to answer any of my questions? What's the point of this interview anyway? Get out.
We welcome you to the halftime interview here on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM. I'm Lucas Williams, and joining me is Layla Reef, who is the social media director for WEEM. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So, how did you start WEEM?
I first started radio freshman year. I took the intro class, which is what you have to take to be in the advanced staff, which is what I'm in now. That's the class that actually goes on the air and produces all the content and all those things. So I first started freshman year taking the intro class and then just stuck with it and continued growing and being in social media. So that's why I'm here now.
So you are the social media director. So what does your day-to-day work look like?
So my radio periods, I'm lucky enough to have radio first period, so I can come in, right in the morning, get things done. I usually come in, first period, obviously, and then check all the social media. So that includes Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I don't really check YouTube or Facebook that often because that's not really kind of needed as often. But definitely Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok are my top 3 when I first come in the morning. Check all of those. And then also people work in my staff, so then I have to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They know what they're doing. If they need help, then I have to help them. So just come in, check the social medias, do what I need to get done.
So you were mentioning some of the social media. So what are some of the platforms you're on, and what do you do on each one of them?
So we're on 5 different platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Facebook, we post occasionally. We aren't as active on Facebook as we want to be, but we'll get there. YouTube, YouTube is our longer videos. So our sports highlight videos, sports recap, podcast videos, all of those go on YouTube. Instagram, we are very active on Instagram. That's probably what we're most active on, and that's going to be like our question of the days. We make promos. We post those on Canva. Just update and inform people what's going on in the station, in the campus, and around the community. And then Twitter is more like our news base when it comes to scores for basketball games. We always post those on Twitter, and we have been posting those on our Instagram stories more recently. So we do that. And then when it comes to TikTok, those are just the funnier, shorter videos that you just post for content.
All right, so kind of switching up the topic, the IASB contest is coming up pretty soon. So can you give a little explanation of what it is?
Yes, so the IASB contest is the Indiana Association for Student Broadcasters, and everyone in radio has been preparing for this. There's different categories of things that you can submit. So radio, sports, news, and video. There's a whole bunch of different categories, things that you can get judged for. And so right now, everybody in radio is just like compiling their contest entries and what they want to submit. I know that personally I am doing 3 things. So I'm doing a radio show, spot production, and a radio spot production. So the radio show is just with what we do. We do voice tracking for the Arabian Stampede, which is the morning show that I do. And then we submitted that. And then the spot production is like a 30-second commercial. So we're working on that still right now. And then the radio spot production is still like a 30-second to 60-second PSA or commercial, but it's radio-based. So the ISB competition, everyone in radio is working for that, and you can win and place in the state. And last year we won #1 social media, so we're submitting another one for that too, I forgot to mention. And then Dawson, who is our sports director, he actually won #1 sports play-by-play for football, I believe. So we're just trying to win state titles, and yeah.
Well, yeah, that's really nice. So is this more of an individual thing or work in a group kind of thing?
So you can do individual or you can work together. It just depends on, again, there's a whole bunch of different categories. So it depends on what you are going to submit for what category. They have regulations on it. Some things you can work with others, but then some things it has to be yourself. But just, again, depends on what you want to do.
All right, so that is all the time we have today. So when we come back, Dawson and Michael will discuss the first half of the game. Thank you, Layla, for joining me. And you are listening to the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
So my name is Ella Bitar. I've been painting for not that long. I've done art my whole life. I've always been doing drawing since I was a little girl. I have a little book at my house of like tiny little drawings from when I was a kid. So I've always been an art kid. I've always known it. But I only started painting like a year ago, my first semester of my junior year. So this painting, the original thing started off, last quarter of my second semester junior year. I really wanted to do a big painting. I was like, I want to do a painting or a mural. I originally thought I'd be painting like directly on the walls, but we decided we'd make it like detachable so we can move it around or whatever. I wanted to make something that would, first of all, be inspiring and something nice to look at, something pretty, something that kind of spruces up the hallways a little bit. I chose a horse because we're Arabians, and I thought that no matter who you are, what you look like, we can all relate to this mascot that defines our school. I wanted to do kind of like a horse that represents the student body, people, us, looking out onto a vast landscape of our future, kind of expressing the idea of there's so many possibilities and so many ways that we can take ourselves. I wanted to do some pretty clouds and a decent landscape because if there's one thing that we have good in Indiana, it's our sunsets. So this mural painting has kind of been all over the place. Started off, well, we had to build the canvas. I didn't build the canvas, or like the frame for the canvas. I didn't build it. I think the construction class built it. So kind of a time crunch. We attached the canvas to the frame, primed it, everything, and then I went in and started tracing outlines. So I kind of just did an outline of the clouds and where I wanted the horizon line, which originally was like up here. I've lowered it quite a bit, and I'm gonna lower it even more. So lots to be done. To me, this mural means a way to inspire others. If there's one thing that I could get from this mural, it would be the ability to impact other people positively. And of course, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like, you can interpret it however way you want to, but if it could make somebody feel happier or, you know, just more, I don't know, positive or anything, to me that would be super meaningful. Like, if I can impact somebody else positively, if I can change somebody else's perspective on something, I think that would be the most meaningful to me.
91.7 WEEM is looking for advertisers for our video sports streaming. Be a part of the Arabian Sports Network's video broadcasting, bringing football as well as boys and girls basketball to the Pendleton community and beyond. Averaging over 100 views in the first year, WEEM's video streaming will only grow. And here's your chance to get in on the ground floor. For more information, contact Christian Harmon and become a part of the Arabian Sports Network. 91.7 WEEM.
.7 WEEM Pendleton.
91.7 WEEM is a student-run radio station. We provide everything from programming to music to live sports broadcasts and podcasts. But we can't do it without your support. Everything you donate goes to the station that the students operate here on 91.7 WEEM. Donate today at 917weem.org. Again, that is 917weem.org.
Back to Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to Pendleton Heights High School. Starting off the third quarter, Arabians trailing Mississinewa 27-25. Arabians will start with it on offense, now going left to right. Josiah Gustin gets it off the inbound over to Evan Mazingo. Step back, top of the key, over to Cooper Sims now. Sims guarded by Kobe Johnson. Spinning around. Sims, right wing. Low entry pass to Josiah Gustin, finds Evan Mazingo on the nice cut. Mazingo can't find the bottom of the net on the layup. He was pretty open there, but a bit too open, as the Arabians will start off the second half with a miss, as Mississinewa back on offense. McCain, who has been playing 100% of the game, hasn't seen the bench yet with it. Left wing, he takes the triple. This one is too short. Rattles over top of the net. Picked up by the Arabians off of the floor. Sims dribbling over to the right. Finds Evan Mazingo. Another triple for Mazingo. Falls. Mazingo for three. He's up to 9. All of those points coming from behind the arc. Arabians taking the lead for the first time in quite a while. 28-27 with 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. A backdoor cut by Jesse Simpkins as he misses, but fight for the board is going to be picked up off of the floor from Josiah Gustin. Arabians on the other end. Josiah Gustin throwing it down with two hands. He's up to 7, and the Arabians are pushing their lead now to 3 points. Jesse Simpkins at the logo. Over to Gannon Smith. Smith Guarded by Mozingo. Moving it around. Simpkins. Back to Woods. Woods to Smith now. Left wing. Smith driving. Hands off to Kobe Johnson. He was open there. Doesn't take the three. Instead drives right side and is blocked from Josiah Gustin. He had 3 blocks there in the first half. Now up to 4.
It's hard to try to get a shot over Josiah with his height.
Yeah.
Being 6'8".
Yeah, and I think maybe 3 of his blocks, maybe 2, have been against Kobe Johnson. Johnson, far corner, fires to Simpkins. Simpkins resets at the logo. Simpkins tried to find Gannon Smith on the awkward pass. It's going to be picked off by the Arabians. Mozingo going to get credited with the steal. Cookston, right wing to Mozingo. Now to Sims at the logo. Cooper Sims between the rings. Finds Evan Mozingo right wing. Bounce pass to Josiah Gustin. Josiah Gustin down low. Finishes with the right hand on the easy layup there. Back-to-back baskets from Josiah Gustin. Arabians coming out firing in the second half. Now leading 32-27. Going on a 7-0 run here in this second half. Preston McCain over to Simpkins. To Kobe Johnson now. Gets the screen. Johnson driving. Finds a wide open Woods and Evan Mozingo. That's a jump ball. How about that? Evan Mozingo going up strong against Woods and didn't let him even get a bit of a shot up. This will be a jump ball is going to be the call. So it will go to Mississinewa. His possession arrow favors the Indians. Kobe Johnson inbounds to Jesse Simpkins. Far corner. Right back to Kobe Johnson. Johnson to Simpkins. Now to Kobe Johnson. Guarded by Aaron Cookston. To McCain. A 3-ball. Drains it. Seth Aravia got a hand up, but McCain still ice cold as he drains the triple. We got a timeout to follow suit by Mississinewa. 32-30. Arabians leading just under 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get some more play going on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
This presentation.
Winter Warrior Project helped me find the strength to go further than I ever thought possible.
I was able to come out of my shell and really connect with others.
So I can feel like part of a team, part of the community again.
It's possible to live better.
It's possible to have a voice and to be heard.
To feel understood.
To find peace.
Because I've experienced firsthand that anything is possible.
Is available at twistersodabar.com. Twisted Soda Bar.
Back to Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Arabians with possession as we come back from the Mississinewa timeout. Evan Mozingo misses the triple. It'll go out of bounds off of the rebound. Tipped out of bounds by Aaron Cookston in the Arabians. So Mississinewa will get it back, trailing 32-30 with 4 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the third quarter. McCain will walk it up the hardwood for the Indians. Lofts it up the Woods. Far elbow. Woods, guarded by Seth Aravia, hands it off right back to McCain. Now to the corner. Simpkins take the three. It hits the side of the backboard. A wild miss there from Simpkins. Rebounded Cooper Sims and the Arabians. LaRavia on the other end finds Evan Mozingo, takes a step up to a deep two, and he misses that one. So Mississinewa will recover, and Indians back on offense going right to left. Kobe Johnson drives baseline, back out. Fader, a nice move, and sinks the bucket. Kobe Johnson putting on some moves here. As he gets the basket to fall there, he's up to 7 now. Sims, right wing. Seth LaRavia, top of the key. Over to Cookston now. Cookston to Josiah Gustin. Gustin. Fader. He misses it. Fight for the board is picked up by Kobe Johnson. We're all tied up, 32 apiece. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to play. Mississinewa back on offense. Kobe Johnson misses the three on the flat shot. Evan Mozingo, a three of his own, nails it. What a night for Evan Mazingo from behind the arc. Now up to 12 points, all of them coming from the three-point range. On the other end, Gannon Smith driving baseline. Nearly lost his footing, kept his pivot foot down, but turns it over anyways. Mississinewa will get it right back. Kobe Johnson poking it away from Josiah Gustin. Johnson misses the layup on the other end. It'll go out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by the Arabians. Aaron Cookson tried to save it, and I think his foot was on the sideline when he dove for it. So Mississinewa will get it after that crazy back-and-forth sequence. So 35-32 our score. Pendleton Heights leading with 2 minutes and 51 seconds to play in the third. Johnson will inbound, far sideline there in the corner. Gets it into a Gene Johnson. Haven't seen him in quite a while. Down low into Jackson Ott, and Ott finishes after the nice entry pass from Gannon Smith. Ott, who we also haven't seen in a while. He got back-to-back fouls there early, took some time on the bench. He gets the basket to fall. Cuts back the lead to 1 point, and we got an offensive foul. Josiah Gustin trying to get around. That was Jackson Ott and Kobe Johnson there, but it's like swept around there. So that'll be the first on Josiah Gustin and the first for the Arabians. By the way, Joe Estes checked in for Seth Arabia on the pass dead ball. So Mississinewa back on offense, trailing by 1, going right to left. McCann, left wing, over to Gene Johnson, top of the key. Bounce pass to Gannon Smith. Smith back to McCain. A 3-ball here is no good. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll go to the Arabians. So Pendleton Heights, most of their points, at least in the second half, have been coming from behind the arc. We saw a couple threes here from Evan Mazingo. Well, 1 here in this first half. Mazingo has 12, so for the Arabians, I think at this point, maybe get the points in the paint falling a bit more. Josiah Gustin is going to get fouled. Shot waved off. Foul will be on the floor, so it's going to be Preston McCain.
They're not trying to let Josiah Gustin get the ball at all.
Yeah, they are really playing rough on Josiah Gustin. Mazingo inbounds to Josiah Gustin. Gustin driving. Kicks it back outside. Sims for 3. Drains it. Sims. His second 3 of the night. The Arabians are falling. Keep on taking them. 38-34. Arabians leading by 4 points now with 1:30 to play in the third. On the other end, Preston McCain, guarded by Aaron Cookson, driving right side, back out to Agene. He takes the jumper from the baseline. He misses. Cooper Sims rebounds. Arabians the other way with it. In the corner, Cookson for 3. Bang! Cookston. A 3 of his own. Arabians back-to-back triples now, leading 41-34.
I think the Arabians have missed 1 3 this entire second half.
Preston McCain. Back out to Johnson. Johnson near backcourt. Guarded by Josiah Gustin. Drives, right side. Now left. Gets inside, tried to find Jackson Ott. Nearly turned over. It's recovered by Agene Johnson. Kobe Johnson with a pump fake. Gets Joe Estes off his feet and finishes off the rim for 2 points. We got a timeout by Mississinewa here. We're going to take a quick break with them. 41-36, Arabians leading with 35.7 seconds to play in the third quarter. You're listening to the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
This present
Wounded Warrior Project helps post 9/11 veterans realize what's possible. With generous community support, we bring warriors together and empower them to become stronger inside and out.
It's possible to begin healing, to get the help you need, to find peace.
And as each warrior's needs evolve, so do we. Because these last 20 years are just the beginning.
Back to Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome you back here to Pendleton Heights High School. If you're just tuning in, alongside Ryan Davis, I'm Dawson Perrell. 41-36 our score. Arabians leading over the Mississinewa Indians with 35.7 seconds to play for this afternoon, in the third quarter for this afternoon's boys basketball matchup. As we come back from the break, Arabians with possession. Isaac Wilson will come in for Pendleton Heights as he'll inbound. Gets it into Cooper Sims. So 30 seconds to play. The Arabians might want to take a last-second shot here. We'll see how they play this. Sims bounce pass to Joe Estes, left wing. Hands off to Isaac Wilson. Wilson to Sims. Sims with it at the logo, sweep it in around, right to left. Had it poked away. It'll go out of bounds. Last cut touched Kobe Johnson and the Mississinewa Indians, so this will stay down here with Pendleton Heights. Now 13 seconds to play. Cooper Sims drives. Looking. 6 seconds. Cookston with it. Back to Sims. He tries the three. Bullseye. Cooper Sims nailing the three at the end of the quarter. Arabians knocking them down from three-point range in the third. Leading 44-36. We're going to take a quick break. Fourth quarter up next on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
765-778-3838. House of Service Heating and Air Conditioning.
Back to Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome you back here to the Arabian Sports Network. We're already underway here in the fourth. Cooper Sims will miss the three from the far corner. Rebounded. Arabians, they'll reload as Isaac Wilson will get fouled on the way up. So that'll do it. He'll get fouled. He'll go to the line for two shots. 44-36 our score. Arabians leading with 7 minutes and 44 seconds to play in the fourth. Wilson sinks the first. Checking in now from Pendleton Heights, Dontrez Braxton. He'll check in for Cooper Sims. But the Arabians 5 for 6 from three-point range in that third quarter. On the night, they're 9 for 15. That's really what's been giving this the Arabians their lead at this point, as now it's their largest lead of the night after Isaac Wilson makes both of the free throws. They get it up to double digits, now 46-36. Mississinewa back on offense. The foul called, the shot blown off. This will be Isaac Wilson with the reach. It's his first and the first for the Arabians in the fourth. Both teams with one team foul. Mississinewa gets it inbounds to Jackson Ott. Over to Eugene Johnson. Gene Johnson driving, fadeaway jumper from 10 feet out, drains it. Gene Johnson with a nice bucket there. He's up to 5.
Yeah, you can't say that was bad defense from Dontrez there. It was good defense, just good move there by Gene Johnson.
Aaron Cookston on the other end, over to Isaac Wilson at the logo. Wilson finds Dontrez Braxton. Braxton gets the screen from Joe. Back outside, Aaron Cookston. A deep jumper here, no good, but how about Reese Kaplinger with the effort there? Getting the offensive rebound, Arabians reload. Aaron Cookston Driving once again, he misses it. It'll go out of bounds. Last touch, Mississinewa. Again, great effort there by Reese Kaplinger on both of those. One of them a rebound, the other one nearly a rebound. The second one, unfortunately, just bounced off of the fingertips of Reese Kaplinger, so Mississinewa will get it back. Checking back in for Pendleton Heights, Josiah Gustin. He's subbing out Reese Kaplinger. And Evan Mazingo will check in for Aaron Cookson as well. So the 5 on the floor right now for Pendleton Heights: Isaac Wilson, Dontrez Braxton, Evan Mazingo, Joe Estes, and Josiah Gustin. Preston McCain with it now for Mississinewa. Finds Gannon Smith on the backdoor cut, and he's going to get fouled at the rim. Joe Estes fell in. Nice defensive play there, but a bit too much contact. So Gannon Smith will go to the line for 2 shots. Smith entering tonight's game a 62% free throw shooter, averaging 7.8 points a night. First one rattles around and falls, so now just 1 point away from beating his average when it comes to points. Second one up, and no good. Rebound to Josiah Gustin. 46-39, Pendleton Heights leading. Back on offense now, Arabians with it. Dontrez Braxton has it, top of the key. To the free throw line, Josiah Gustin gets it. Here comes the double team, man. He is just getting beat up as soon as he gets the ball. A foul called, though a shot was blown off. He missed it anyways, but this will be a foul on the floor. As Arabians will inbound from the baseline, it'll be Cooper Sims, the shotman. Cooper looking, tried to find Evan Mazingo in the corner, but the pass is picked off by Preston McCain. On the other end, another pass picked off. This time it's the Arabians getting in front of it, stealing it away from the Indians. And Pendleton Heights will be back on offense, leading 46-39. Isaac Wilson driving, and a timeout called. Joe Buck is going to want to talk things over with his squad. So Pendleton Heights leading 46-39, a 7-point lead for the Arabians with just under 6 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. We'll take a quick break with them. You're listening to the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
91.7 WEEM delivers the best variety of songs, news, and is student-run. We produce imaging pieces, live broadcasts, content, podcasts, and more. Our students work hard every day to improve our station. You can support our station by following us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Be sure to also tune into the radio, 91.7 WEEM, on air, online, and on demand.
91.7 WEEM.
Welcome you back here to Joe Buck Court. Scoreboard reads 46-39. Pendleton Heights leading over Mississinewa with 5 minutes and 49 seconds to play in the fourth quarter as we come back from the Coach Buck timeout. Pendleton Heights with the lead and the possession as they'll inbound here just left of the Pendleton Heights bench. There, so far in this one, Pendleton Heights has been led with a very good three-point night. They were 5 for 6 from three-point range there in the third quarter. And on the night, they are 9 for 15. Well, 9 for 16. They missed one there at the very beginning of the fourth. So 9 for 16. Still very good percentage, above 50% from three-point range. Cooper Sims, right wing, guarded by Kobe Johnson. Arabian swinging it around the perimeter now. Joe Estes gets it down low to Josiah Gustin. He puts up the jumper from the free throw line. Too strong there. Smacks off the back iron. Kobe Johnson rebounds. Johnson on the other end. Shot faking, spinning, looking. He backs it outside. Jesse Simpkins will reset. Simpkins dumps it off to McCain. McCain, right wing. Swinging it around. Double screen. Gets past him. Takes the open three. Misses this one. Rebounded Evan Mazingo. He got open. Isaac Wilson lost him, but misses the three. Cooper Sims gets it stolen away. Kobe Johnson got it, poked it away from him. Arabians fans wanted a foul. Doesn't get one. It's Mississinewa back on offense now. Woods, near corner. Top of the key. McCain with it. Over to Kobe Johnson. Johnson right wing. To the corner, now down low. Woods working on Joe. Joe Estes fouled him. I think it was clean at first maybe, and then the foul to follow suit, but either way, foul there, and they're going to say it is on the shot. So Keontae Woods will go to the shot for a pair of free throws.
Keontae Woods on the year, 68%.
First one is up and good for Woods.
All of his points have come from the charity stripe. He has 3 on the night. The afternoon, I mean.
Aaron Cookson will check back in for Pendleton Heights. He's subbing out Joe Estes. Joe Estes now with 2 fouls after that last one there. Keontae Woods misses his second. So he goes 1 for 2 on that trip. Now 3 for 4 from the free throw line on the night. Arabians back on offense, leading by 6 points with 4 minutes to play. Cooper Sims right wing to Aaron Cookson. Back to Sims. Sims will reset here at the logo. Swings it around left side. Tevin Mazingo, he takes the 3, nails it. Evan Mazingo with another triple. He is on fire, now up to 15 points, all of them coming from three-point range. 49-40. Arabians lead by 9 now with 4 minutes to play. Kobe Johnson and Mississinewa with it to our left. Woods working on Seth down low. Got the post hook. Good defense by Seth, but Woods with a nice post hook there as he finds the bottom of the net. Sims will walk it up the hardwood for Pendleton Heights. Once again, he's guarded by Kobe Johnson. Poked out. Kobe Johnson got a hand on it. Cooper Sims recovers. Kobe Johnson, very good defender. Cy Gustin with it, top of the key, perimeter. Bounced off the back of Seth Aravia, but Evan Mazingo is there to recover. Bit of a miscommunication there. But the Arabians are going to, again, recover and reset. Laravia at the logo. Over to Cooper Sims. Sims bounces it to Evan Mazingo. Mazingo gets the screen, drives, baseline. Cross-court pass over to Cooper Sims. He drives baseline on the other end and misses the layup at the rack. Rebound to Mississinewa.
Great defense there by Mississinewa.
McCain on the other end. Blocked. How about that defense from Aaron Cookson? McCain gets it right back, though. Nice block from Aaron Cookson, but Mississinewa will get another shot at it. Kobe Johnson, spot up 3, misses it, and a foul. Oh, man. Aaron Cookson, it looks like, was trying to box out, and I think his arm was higher up. McCain got around him, and he just kind of clotheslined him. So that's foul number 4 for Pendleton Heights this quarter. Didn't even see that number get so high. We got a timeout here for Mississinewa. Arabians still leading, but Mississinewa not fading away. 49-42, Pendleton Heights with a 7-point lead with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to play. You're listening to the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Wounded Warrior Project has been with me every step of my journey.
They've helped me realize it's possible to rise to the top again.
It's possible to get the help I need for me and my family.
It's possible to hang push-ups again.
To feel understood.
To begin healing both inside and out.
To feel like myself again.
And now I know anything is possible.
Back to Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome you back to this afternoon's boys basketball matchup against the Mississinewa Indians and the Pendleton Heights Arabians. 49-42 our score. Pendleton Heights leading with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the fourth. Coming back from the Mississinewa timeout, Pendleton Heights will have Cooper Sims, Evan Mazingo, Aaron Cookson, Seth Laravia, and Josiah Gustin out there, also known as their starters. Looks like Mississinewa will also stick to their starting lineup here with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to play. But this possession pretty critical here. Not too many possessions left, and it'll knock off the foot of Josiah Gustin. Kobe Johnson maybe did that on purpose. I'm not entirely sure. The clock was kind of winding down on his 5 seconds, I think. But either way, another inbound from the same spot. Kobe Johnson gets it into McCain. McCain Over to Simpkins. Simpkins drains the triple, nothing but net. That's a big three there from Mississinewa. It makes this a four-score game. It's Cooper Sims with it for Pendleton Knights the other way. Aaron Cookson now with the logo. To Cooper Sims, far sideline. Here comes the trap. And a timeout by Joe Buck there. So 49-45 our score. A minute 54 seconds to play in the fourth. We'll stay right here, though. Pendleton Heights so far tonight has been fueled by a very impressive three-point performance. Shooting very well, but again, Mississinewa just has never really faded. They had control of the game really up until that third quarter where Pendleton Heights took over. The largest lead we saw from Pendleton Heights was 10 points, not too deep in the fourth quarter. So Mississinewa, again, they just haven't faded away, and they've stuck with it, and it's a close game this evening. That's what I mentioned. I mean, Pendleton Heights is projected to win this game heading into it. Mississinewa, a 3A school. They have the better record, but haven't faced necessarily the better opponents, and they've come out here and I think kind of shocked the Arabians.
Yeah, they're such a quick team, and I don't think the Arabians were ready for that.
Yeah.
A lot of movement from them on the offensive side and just stuck with them on defense.
49-45, Arabians leading with a minute 50 to play in the fourth. Sims over to Evan Mazingo, now down low to Josiah Gustin, right back out to Evan Mazingo, now cross-court pass, Aaron Cookson for three, buries it. Aaron Cookson knocking down the triple. 52-45 now. Aaron Cookson responds with a three of his own, and Arabians get their 7-point lead right back. On the other end, Jesse Simpkins driving right side, puts up a wild shot. That's no good. Good defense from Cooper Sims staying in front of his man. Arabians recover. Now a minute 16 to play. Josiah Gustin gets it down low over to Seth LaRavia. LaRavia goes up and lays it off of the glass. And quickly the other way, a foul. This is going to be a foul against Aaron Cookson again. Mississinewa kind of launched right back into the offensive end, and Aaron Cookson with a foul there, and that's personal foul number 1 for Cookson. That's what the scoreboard reads, but I don't think that's right.
I think
it's 3. There we go, he corrected it. Yeah, that's his 3rd, and with that, that's team foul number 5 for Pendleton Heights. That'll put Mississinewa in the 2-shot bonus. So going to the line now, it is McCain. He drains the first, and Mississinewa, we've seen it here tonight firsthand. They're a good team, but not necessarily from the free throw line. A lot of their better players, 65% from McCain, 73% from Johnson. That's all right. Diltz shooting 53%, Ott 67. So as a team, not necessarily the best, but McCain proving that wrong as he knocks them both down there pretty much effortlessly, both of them hitting the bottom of the net. Sims gets it past half court successfully. Seth LaRavia now with it. Near corner and a foul off the ball. Woods fouled Josiah Gustin. Gustin hit the hardwood, and the foul came to follow suit. So that'll be Woods' 4th? Yeah, he's 1 foul away from fouling out. And on top of that, team foul number 3 for Mississinewa. So then now they only have 2 fouls to give, really 1 foul, before they put the Arabians in the bonus. Sims gets it down low to Gustin. Gustin lays it up and in immediately off of the inbound. Nice basket there from Pendleton Heights. Push their lead up to 9 points. Quickly the other way. McCain, a blocking foul on Aaron Cookson. He's kind of shocked there. Wanted the charge, but McCain missed the shot, but again got the blocking call, so he'll go to the line for 2 shots now. So McCain once again had 2 free throws to the last possession, made them both, and he'll be right back for 2 more shots. That was Aaron Cookson's 3rd. It looks like that's what they're talking. I bet that's what they're discussing, because it seems to me there's been a lot of miscommunication on Aaron Cookson's fouls. Still don't know. Scoreboard still hasn't shown it. There we go. 4 fouls. So 4 fouls for Aaron Cookston. 1 foul away from fouling out, and Arabians have put Mississinewa on the bonus already, so team foul at this point is pretty much doesn't matter. McCain misses the 2nd, makes the 1st. So he goes 1 for 2 on that trip. Evan Mazingo on the other end. Arabians successfully cross half court despite Mississinewa's half court press. 30 seconds to play now, and we enter the fouling game. Arabians leading currently 56-48, an 8-point lead for Pendleton Heights. Now, Mississinewa still has another foul to give, so the Arabians will have to inbound here. They successfully do to Josiah Gustin. 30 seconds, and here comes the foul.
That is his fifth. Keontae Woods is fouled out.
Yeah, Keontae Woods is kind of looking around like, why did I have to do that? So he'll be fouled out, take a seat on the bench as Gene Johnson will come in for him. But for the meantime, Josiah Gustin at the free throw line for a pair.
He is 76% on the year from the charity stripe.
His first one is up and good.
It's now up to 12 points on the night.
And this is where you want your seniors. And he had 1,000 points. Look at that.
1,000.
Josiah Gustin hitting the 1,000-point club. Coming off of a free throw. But on top of that, Pendleton Heights going to push their lead to 9 points now, as you can hear the crowd cheering for them. That's a rare club. It's a rare.
You rarely see that in high school basketball, especially for a career for high school. 1,000 points is a great thing to see. And he was just trying to get on with the game. He wasn't wanting to celebrate right then. He wanted to celebrate after the game.
Second free throw here is up. No good. 57-48, Pendleton Heights leading by 9. Quickly the other way, Kobe Johnson thought about the three, lost it. He pump faked, and I think Josiah Gustin poked it out on his way back down. But they're going to get it back off of a steal. Mississinewa for three. This is a Gene Johnson. He misses. A loose ball. Fight for it. Josiah Gustin comes away with it, and he's fouled. A nice job by Josiah Gustin. Kobe Johnson had a good grip on that ball, and Josiah Gustin came in there and ripped it out of his grip. And then we got a foul to follow suit. So Josiah Gustin will go to the line for 2 shots now. 6.9 seconds to play. This one pretty much wrapped up. A 9-point lead for the Arabians. So Arabians will advance to 10-11. They hit double digits wins on the season. And Mississinewa will fall to 11-7. But for the meantime, Josiah Gustin at the line for 2 shots yet again. For his previous trip, he was 1 for 2. First one falls, and that's 1,001 points now for Josiah Gustin on the career. And, of course, Josiah Gustin played varsity ball for pretty much all 4 of his high school years. Freshman year didn't play too much, at least nowhere near as much as he plays currently. But Josiah Gustin will take a seat on the bench. You can hear the standing ovation for him. But on the other end, McCain will get up the shot. That's no good. It'll go out of bounds, and they're going to say that's it. So that'll do it. Pendleton Heights coming away with the win, but not necessarily as easy as they would like. 59-48, our final score. A good effort from both teams here this afternoon.